Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to the sacred journey of Call Mantra. Embrace divine grace. Let the celestial vibrations uplift your spirit and guide you toward inner peace, abundance, and divine blessings. Open your heart, chant with devotion, and awaken the infinite grace within you.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a truly fascinating journey, one that really challenges common perceptions and honestly promises a profound shift in how we view our lives.
It's a big topic.
It is. We're diving deep into Jyotish, often simply called Vedic Astrology. Now, for many, the word astrology conjures images of, newspaper horoscopes or quick fortune telling, maybe a casual question about compatibility.
Right, the usual stuff.
Exactly. But what we're about to explore is so much richer, so much more ancient, and frankly, so much more profound than just predicting next week's lottery numbers.
That's precisely it. While people certainly turn to Jyotish with very practical questions, when will I get married? Or will I have children? The fundamental essence, the real purpose, goes far beyond those surface level answers.
How so?
Well, it's not just if you'll find a partner, but will you find happiness in that marriage? It's not just if you'll have children, but will you find happiness from those children? You see?
Okay. Deeper questions.
Much deeper. It's about understanding why certain problems persist in our lives, guiding us to become better human beings, really to evolve.
Especially now, right?
Oh, absolutely. In our hustling 21st century, where ancient wisdom often gets lost in the noise, Jyotish offers a unique and vital bridge between that timeless knowledge, often found in texts like the Vedas, the oldest Nikun texts of Hinduism, and our complex modern reality.
That's a powerful framing. Our source material describes Jyotish so eloquently as the eyes of the Vedas and a secret code.
It really is like a code.
And our mission for this deep dive is to unpack exactly that. We're going to give you a shortcut, a concentrated dose of insight into how your life is influenced, and crucially, how you can navigate it effectively. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Think of Jyotish not just as a static crystal ball showing a fixed future, but as a Google Maps for your life.
I like that analogy. Google Maps for your life.
Yeah, it offers not just predictions, but profound guidance, a path to healing, and ultimately a journey of continuous evolution. We're here to show you how this ancient system helps us decode our cosmic blueprint and move towards our highest potential. So let's start with the fundamental question that I think many people, especially those new to this, would ask.
The big one.
Yeah, the big one. When we talk about celestial bodies influencing our lives, many might feel a natural skepticism. How can planets so incredibly far away practically influence our daily existence here on Earth, our relationships, our careers, our very moods? I mean, it sounds almost
Fantastical, right?
It's a very fair and common question, and the explanation is rooted in, observational logic and cosmic energy. Consider planets like Pluto. In Jyotish, we don't really factor them into calculations because their influence isn't directly observable or felt on our daily existence in the same profound way as closer bodies.
So, kind of out of sight, out of mind, pretty much, for this system. But the sun and the moon, we see them every single day. Their gravitational pull visibly affects our ocean tides,
Yeah.
And their light and cycles profoundly impact us, from human moods and circadian rhythms to agriculture and our very body clocks.
Okay, sun and moon, I get that. They're obvious. But the others?
The core concept in Jyotish is this. You take birth at a precise moment when the planetary alignment in the cosmos exactly matches your accumulated karma.
Exactly matches. Wow.
Exactly. It's not random. Your horoscope isn't just a snapshot. It's a detailed map of your karma, a cosmic blueprint of your past actions and their energetic imprint on your present life.
A map of your karma. That's a truly powerful idea. So it's not just about what's going to happen to you, but what you've essentially brought into this life, like a preloaded script.
Precisely. If your life is flowing positively, if you're experiencing ease and success, Jyotish would tell you that it's a direct result of positive actions and intentions from your past lives, or even earlier in this life.
And the flip side.
Conversely, if you're facing struggles or repeated challenges, perhaps in relationships or your career, it's not a punishment, but a signal. It points to areas where past actions might have created an energetic imbalance, right? And therefore, it highlights a need for improvement and conscious effort in this present life. This fundamentally shifts the focus from a fixed, unchangeable fate to personal responsibility and empowerment.
So it's not predetermined doom and gloom.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It tells you This is your starting point based on what you've built, and now you have the opportunity right here, right now, to make different choices and create a new, more harmonious future.
That's a game changer because it moves away from a sense of helplessness, from thinking, oh, this is just my destiny, I can't do anything. Instead, it said, here's your blueprint, now what are you going to build with it?
You got it.
Yeah.
Jyotish's first and most profound teaching is acceptance, not of helplessness or passive surrender, but of understanding your foundational reality, your starting point.
Accepting where you are.
Yes. It's about transforming what might initially be a mere belief in karma or planetary influence into actual knowledge and awareness. And when that transformation happens, when you truly know and understand your cosmic blueprint, it initiates a profound path of spiritual growth.
So belief becomes knowing.
That's it. It's where faith evolves into an experienced reality, guiding you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your interconnectedness with the universe.
This brings us to a fascinating and often debated point, the intricate relationship between karma and destiny. If our birth time and place are fixed, determined by this accumulated past karma, where does our free will, what in Vedic philosophy is called pushar, come into play?
Right, the free will question.
Yeah. Are we simply passengers on a predetermined journey, or do we have control over the steering wheel?
Not at all passengers. It's a nuanced and dynamic interplay between destiny and free will. Think about it.
Yeah.
We don't get to choose our parents, right? And we don't choose our siblings. These relationships often carry the most intense karmic bonds precisely because we didn't consciously select them. We're born into these fundamental connections, which are largely determined by our past karma.
Okay, so some things are set.
Some foundational things, yes. However, once we are here, once we are conscious beings, we absolutely can make changes. Every choice we make, every action we take, every thought we entertain, it all contributes to our bank balance of future karma.
Our karmic bank balance.
Exactly. And the crucial elements here are our thoughts and intentions. It's not just about the outward action, but what motivates us, how we truly behave, and what we think and feel, even if unseen by others.
The inner world matters.
Immensely. This is where the importance of our relationship with the divine comes in. Someone somewhere knows who I am, knows your true intentions, even if others misunderstand you. That internal relationship you nurture with the divine, built on genuine thought and intention, is paramount, because it's through this internal space that our free will truly blossoms.
So it's about the unseen aspect of our existence, the internal world of intention, rather than just the visible actions. And how does this understanding translate into practical application in our lives, guiding real-world decisions?
It's incredibly practical, almost like a strategy guide. For instance, imagine someone comes to an astrologer planning to start a new business in 6 months.
Okay.
Jyotish can look at their chart and identify upcoming planetary periods. It might reveal, perhaps this isn't the best time. The planetary alignments suggest you'd be putting your boat out in a storm, facing immense headwinds and unexpected obstacles.
Oof. Not ideal.
Not ideal at all. So it guides you to wait for more favorable conditions, perhaps another 6 months, rather than rushing into a period of inevitable struggle. It's a guide, not a dictator.
Right.
It doesn't say don't start the business, but wait for a better window when the cosmic winds are at your back. This perfectly aligns with our Google Maps analogy. It shows you the optimal route, warning you about traffic jams or road closures.
But you still have to drive the car.
Exactly. You still have to drive the car and make the journey. You have the free will to choose to wait or to push through the storm. Your choice.
That's a great illustration of practical guidance. But what about a common real-world challenge? Many people, especially from older generations or certain regions, don't have their exact birth date or time.
Yeah, that comes up a lot.
How can Jyotish help them if that fundamental starting point, that precise cosmic blueprint, seems to be missing?
Jyotish truly has a solution for pretty much everything, demonstrating its comprehensive nature. For situations like that, there's a specialized and highly intricate method called birth time rectification.
Birth time rectification, how does that work?
Well, experienced Jyotish practitioners can use various advanced techniques, often involving correlating known major life events like marriage, childbirth, major career changes, significant accidents or specific physical characteristics, or even significant family details with different potential birth times.
So you work backwards from known facts.
Exactly. By working backward from these markers, they can accurately determine a person's precise birth details, sometimes down to the minute. It reinforces that Jyotish is a deeply adaptable and robust science, constantly refining its methods to ensure that everyone can access the insights of their unique karmic map, even if the initial data seems incomplete.
That's amazing. So even if you don't have the time, there's still a way.
There's always a way in Jyotish.
All right, now that we have that foundational understanding of karma, free will, and how Jyotish maps our lives, let's zoom in on the celestial architects who truly shape our daily experience. The 9 grahas, or planets, and their profound influence.
Yes, the grahas, the movers and shakers.
And we'll begin, as all life does, with the radiant Surya, the sun, the very light of our soul, driving us from within, much like the light of consciousness itself.
Surya is incredibly significant. In Vedic tradition, we often call him Pratyak Narayan, which literally translates to the visible divine. This is the divine form that we see every single day, without fail.
The visible divine, I like that.
In Jyotish, Surya represents our soul, our Atma, the very essence of who we are. It's our inner life, our spiritual core, the seat of our self-esteem and ego. Just as the sun gives light and life to the entire solar system, it embodies the inherent light and life force within us.
So we shouldn't take it for granted.
Absolutely not. Taking the sun for granted is like taking our own soul for granted, which is why simple acts like offering a pranam, a respectful bow to the rising sun, are so profoundly important. It's acknowledging that inner light.
So what does a strong Surya look like in a person? What qualities would they manifest in their personality and life?
Someone with a well-placed and strong sun in their chart will naturally exude confidence and inherent leadership qualities. They are not followers, they are trendsetters.
They set the pace.
They do. Think about it. The sun has its own light. It's not dependent on anyone else to shine. Similarly, these individuals are self-sufficient, generous, and always keep their word. Their integrity is paramount.
Trustworthy.
Very. The sun is punctilious, never late. And a person with a strong Surya will also be disciplined about time and commitments. They embody natural authority, status, and often have a strong, positive relationship with their father, as Surya represents the father figure and authority.
Interesting connection to the father.
Yes. And physically, a strong Surya can even manifest as a very good-looking appearance, reflecting that inner radiance.
That's fascinating, connecting inner radiance to outer appearance. But what happens if someone has a weak or unfavorably positioned sun? What are the shadows that emerge, the challenges they might face?
A weak Surya can lead to a host of problems affecting one's core self. The individual might feel dependent on others, struggle to gain recognition despite their efforts, and find themselves in humiliating or powerless situations.
That sounds difficult.
It can be. They might feel a lack of vitality and inability to assert themselves or achieve desired status and respect. Ill health is also a common manifestation, particularly digestion problems, because Surya governs the internal fire, the Agni that powers our body and metabolic processes.
Ah, the digestive fire.
Exactly. Essentially, their inner life feels lacking, leading to a general sense of dissatisfaction, low self-esteem, and unfulfillment.
So for those who recognize some of these challenges, what are the practical remedies to strengthen Surya and cultivate that inner light?
Many remedies for Surya are rooted in fundamental principles of self-discipline and respect. Firstly, punctuality is paramount. It directly mirrors the sun's own exactness and cosmic order.
Be on time. Got it.
Secondly, avoiding arrogance. The sun, despite its immense power, isn't arrogant, The moment you become arrogant, you symbolically damage your Surya, severing your connection to his humble power.
Humility is key.
Absolutely. A crucial remedy is nurturing your relationship with your father. Even if the relationship is strained or difficult, your positive actions, respect, and efforts towards him contribute to your own positive karma, irrespective of his actions or perceived shortcomings.
Right.
You focus on your dharma.
Right. Focus on your side of the equation.
Precisely. And finally, the ritual of offering arg or water to the rising sun. The timing is key here. It must be done within 1 hour of sunrise, not at 10 a.m. or noon.
Why so early?
By that time, the sun has already been up for hours, and its blessings are received most powerfully and directly in those early, pure moments as it ascends. You're catching that fresh energy.
Here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just about a ritual, is it? Getting up early to greet the sun, being punctual, being generous, honoring one's father. It sounds like these are actions that, at their core, are about caring for one's soul.
Exactly.
About aligning with a higher, more disciplined and selfless way of being. It suggests a profound energetic connection between daily habits and inner well-being.
Absolutely, that's precisely the insight. Jyotish isn't just about cosmic mechanics, it's a profound manual for self-mastery. Punctuality, for instance, isn't just a good habit, it's an energetic alignment with the sun's unwavering cosmic order. When you embody that discipline, you're not just performing a ritual, you're cultivating the internal structure and self-sufficiency that defines a strong Surya, directly nourishing your Atma, your soul's radiance. It's a profound reciprocal relationship where micro-actions in your daily life directly impact your macro well-being and internal light. It's quite beautiful, actually.
So these remedies for Surya aren't just about external actions, they deeply cultivate our inner self-discipline and sense of purpose. And this focus on inner peace and well-being naturally leads us to our next celestial guide, Chandra, the moon.
Yes, Chandra.
If Surya illuminates the soul, Chandra represents the emotional landscape it profoundly influences.
Precisely. Moving on to Chandra, the moon, we step into the realm of the feminine principle, which is about nurturing and intuition. Chandra represents the mother, compassion, empathy, home, family, and emotional comfort.
Our nurturing side.
Exactly. And it's crucial to consider that our bodies are about 70% water, right? Yeah. And the moon profoundly influences water, which in turn directly impacts our feelings, our psyche, and our entire emotional landscape. Think about the tides.
Yeah, huge effect.
Same with us. When the sun sets, we typically go home, we spend time with family, we seek rest and comfort. That's the nurturing energy of Chandra. It's about sustenance, internal peace, and connection.
That makes perfect sense. So, what does it look like when someone has a strong Chandra in their chart? What kind of emotional equilibrium or inner satisfaction do they experience?
A strong moon bestows profound mental peace and emotional equilibrium. Think of Bhagavan Ram, known as Purushottam, the perfect man, often cited for his exemplary inner balance and emotional stability, even amidst trials.
Wow, that's a high bar.
It is, but it shows the potential. Such individuals possess a deep sense of contentment, a satisfying inner life, regardless of external circumstances. They are inherently empathetic, compassionate, and possess a remarkable ability to connect with others on an emotional level.
And financially.
Yeah.
You mentioned something.
Yes. Chandra is also significantly linked to Tan Yogas, which are specific planetary combinations that indicate wealth and financial prosperity. A strong moon makes the chart more receptive to material abundance. It also dictates our natural body clocks. Surya is for outer work and achievement, Chandra for inner life, rest, and emotional rejuvenation, aligning with our natural physiological cycles.
Sun for work, moon for rest. Makes sense.
Exactly.
That sounds incredibly desirable, that profound inner peace and emotional resilience. But what about the flip side? What turmoil, what emotional struggles does a weak Chandra typically bring into a person's life?
A weak Chandra can manifest as a pervasive feeling of lack, deep insecurity, and profound loneliness, even when surrounded by others. It's that feeling of something missing inside.
A constant emptiness.
It can feel like that. Individuals might experience recurrent bouts of depression, melancholic moods, and significantly fluctuating emotions, often swinging between highs and lows. There's often an inability to easily move on from negative thoughts or hurts. Someone says something unkind.
And you just can't shake it.
Exactly. You ruminate on it for days or weeks, unable to let go of the emotional impact. They tend to wallow in negative emotions far longer than necessary, affecting their overall mental well-being. A strained or difficult relationship with the mother is also a common indicator of a weak Chandra, reflecting a deeper emotional wound or lack of nurturing.
That sounds like a tough cycle to break, those persistent emotional difficulties. What are the effective remedies to strengthen Chandra and cultivate that much-needed inner peace and emotional stability?
The worship of Mahadev, Lord Shiva, is a primary and highly effective remedy. He is known as the embodiment of calm, the ultimate yogi, hence why he holds the moon on his head, symbolizing his mastery over the mind and emotions.
Ah, the image of Shiva with the crescent moon.
Precisely. Practices like Rudrabhishek, a sacred ritual involving chanting and offerings invoking Lord Shiva, are very potent for calming the mind and resolving emotional turmoil.
And the water connection.
Yes. Another powerful remedy involves charged water. When sacred mantras are chanted over water, particularly when stored in a silver, glass silver is associated with the moon, the water becomes imbued with healing vibrations and positive energy.
So you drink the mantra-infused water.
Yes. Drinking this water gives a double benefit, both physical hydration and subtle energetic healing. It connects to ancient temple practices where sacred water bodies were revered, and devotees would drink the charged water for purification and healing. Even something as simple as consciously drinking more water throughout the day with a positive intention can subtly support Chandra. Staying hydrated, is good for the moon.
So we're seeing this intricate connection between the physical and the spiritual again. It's not just about a planetary position, but how that subtle dance between Surya and Chandra, the titis, or lunar days, which are the angular relationships between the sun and moon, impacts our relationships and overall well-being.
Absolutely.
The charged water concept really brings home how deeply interconnected our physical and emotional worlds are, and how ancient wisdom offers practical paths to harmonize them.
Moving to Mangal, or Mars, we encounter the planet of passion, fire, and aggression. It governs courage, logic, science, engineering, and even surgery, anywhere precision and action are needed.
The fiery planet.
Definitely. Mangal is often seen as the commander-in-chief, direct, active, protective, and ready to fight for what's right. It's the planet that gives us the drive to act and defend. It's pure energy.
And speaking of Mars, we hear so much about Mangalic dosha, often with a lot of fear surrounding it in the context of marriage. Can you demystify this for us and explain what it truly means?
Absolutely. The fear around Mangalic dosha is largely misunderstood and often exaggerated. Firstly, it's not a singular entity. There are many types of Mangalic dosha, with varying degrees of influence depending on the specific house Mangal occupies in the chart.
So it's not one size fits all?
Not at all. It signifies different levels of passion, drive, and assertiveness in a person's nature. If this energy is unmanaged or misdirected, it can lead to arguments, aggression, or misunderstandings in a marriage, simply because the individual may express their desires or disagreements with more intensity.
More heat in discussion.
Exactly. More heat. However, it does not universally mean the marriage will fail or that the partner's health will suffer severely, which are common fears. It simply highlights a predisposition to certain energetic dynamics that need conscious effort, understanding, and sometimes specific remedies or compatibility considerations from both partners.
So it needs management, not panic.
Precisely. It's a potential tendency, not a rigid sentence of doom.
So a strong Mangal can be a powerful force for good, for justice, for protection, but a negative or ill-placed one can be quite destructive if that energy isn't channeled correctly.
Precisely. A strong and well-placed Mangal enables an individual to fight for justice, protect Dharma-righteous conduct, and use their aggression appropriately and constructively. It's like a surgeon's precise cut. They know when to be assertive, decisive, and when to be calm and strategic.
Knowing when to act.
Crucial. Conversely, a negative or afflicted Mangal means you struggle with when and how to show aggression. This leads to its misuse. Think of road rage, unnecessary arguments, impulsive actions that cause damage.
Like snapping at someone.
Exactly. Or even seemingly random destructive acts like a car tire puncture, symbolizing a sudden burst of uncontrolled anger or frustration. It's about misdirection of a powerful, fiery energy that needs intelligent control.
Beyond marriage and aggression, what are some of the broader influences of Mangal in our lives?
Mangal is also known as Bhumi Putra, which literally means son of the earth. So it strongly connects to property, land, and real estate.
Ah, so land issues.
Yes, including potential disputes over these assets if Mangal is weak or afflicted. It governs sexual passion and vitality in marriage. It influences relationships with siblings, especially young boys between 12 and 17 years of age, as they embody that raw, growing Mars energy.
Teenage boys. Makes sense.
Doesn't it? And importantly, it represents people in uniform. The military, police, firefighters, even traffic police, anyone who protects us and embodies courage and order.
Okay, that's quite a range. Now, the remedies. What really stands out to you about the surprising versatility of these remedies for Mangal, considering its powerful fiery nature?
What stands out is how dynamic and action-oriented they often are. Really about channeling that energy constructively. Worship of Bhagwan Kartika, the celestial warrior, and Hanumanji, who embodies immense courage, strength, and righteous action, is very beneficial.
Channeling that warrior energy positively.
Exactly. Engaging in positive actions for young boys and your siblings, perhaps guiding them, supporting their activities, being a good role model, also helps balance that energy. Acts of selfless service for people in uniform are powerful. For example, distributing lassi or cool water to traffic police on a hot day.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Acknowledging their service and easing their burden. It's a simple act of respect and service. My favorite remedy, though, is quite unique. If you're facing a particular problem, say related to Mangal like anger or disputes, actively and consciously help someone else who's experiencing that exact same problem.
Help someone with your problem. How does that work?
This puts out an energy of help into the universe that boomerangs back to you as you understand the problem from a place of empathy and service, not just victimhood. And here's a counterintuitive one for this planet of constant action.
Go on.
Sometimes the remedy is to take time out to not do anything, to consciously rest, meditate, or engage in quiet reflection, allowing that excess fire to cool and regenerate. It's about finding balance.
Balancing the fire with stillness.
Precisely. For land disputes, practical solutions like co-owning property with others if your mangle is weak, or resolving legal matters through compromise rather than aggression, can mitigate a weak mangle's negative influence. These aren't just rituals, they're about intelligently redirecting and balancing the innate fiery energy of Mars in everyday life.
From the fire of Mars, let's shift to the quicksilver energy of Buddha or Mercury. This is the planet of intellect, right?
Yes, Buddha or Mercury is the planet of intellect, intelligence, learning, communication, and education. It's vital to distinguish Mercury's intelligence, which is about sharp logical processing, quick wit, analysis, and communication skill.
Like being clever or sharp?
Exactly. Cleverness, sharpness, adaptability. That's different from Jupiter's wisdom, which is about deep understanding, ethical insight, and spiritual knowledge. You can certainly be intelligent without being wise, and vice versa. Mercury is about the sharpness of mind, the ability to grasp, analyze, and communicate information effectively.
So it sounds like Mercury is particularly important in today's fast-paced world, especially for business and communication.
Absolutely. In modern times, Mercury is the quintessential entrepreneur and communicator. It bestows the ability to be an outstanding businessman, trader, financier, and anyone excelling in media, writing, technology, or any field requiring quick thinking and adaptation.
The deal maker.
The deal maker, the negotiator, the marketer. If you want to excel in buying, selling, negotiation, and market dynamics, you need a strong Mercury in your chart. It's the planet of finance in that sense, giving that keen acumen for commercial success and the ability to think on your feet. It also rules our nervous system, so strong Mercury implies quick reflexes and a sharp mind.
And conversely, what happens if a child has a weak Mercury? Or if this planet is afflicted in an adult's chart, what kind of challenges pop up?
A weak Mercury can lead to challenges in education, sometimes manifesting as slow cognitive development or learning difficulties in children, making it harder for them to grasp new concepts or articulate their thoughts clearly.
Communication issues.
Yes, definitely. In adults, it can cause problems with communication, concentration, decision-making, and even anxiety or nervous disorders because it rules the nervous system. There might be a tendency to stammer or have difficulty expressing oneself clearly and logically. Maybe difficulty with numbers or analysis too. But the good news is there's so much you can do, like with all the grahas. The remedies for Buddha often involve intellectual and service-oriented actions. Worship of Ganapati, Lord Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles and patron of intellect and learning, and Bhagwan Vishnu, who represents universal order and wisdom, are primary. Beyond that, engaging in acts of service related to education is highly beneficial.
Like what specifically?
Things like helping children with learning disabilities, volunteering your time to teach or tutor, or contributing to educational causes, such as donating books or supporting schools. These actions directly strengthen Mercury's positive influence, harnessing its energy for learning, intellectual growth, and effective communication in your own life. You're basically feeding the energy of learning and communication.
From the sharp intellect of Mercury, we transition to a different kind of mental power, the expansive wisdom of Jupiter. Expert, please tell us about Brihaspati.
Yes, next we arrive at Brihaspati, or Jupiter, whom we reverently call Dvoguru, the preceptor or guru of the gods. Jupiter is the planet of profound wisdom, introspection, empathy, and what we might call divine luck or grace. It represents the teacher, the guide.
The guru.
The guru, exactly. It governs our inclination towards spirituality, dharma, righteousness, and provides a strong moral compass. I often compare it to seeing your own reflection clearly in still water. Jupiter gives you the ability to truly look within, to self-reflect and acknowledge both your positive and negative qualities without harsh judgment.
Self-aware.
Deep self-awareness. And from that, it enables you to understand that, like yourself, others too have struggles and imperfections, fostering deep empathy and compassion for humanity as a whole. It's the planet of true understanding, not just accumulating knowledge.
That's a beautiful metaphor, that ability to see oneself and others with such depth. It sounds like Jupiter has a very expansive and benevolent influence, touching many key areas of life, beyond just abstract wisdom.
It absolutely does. Jupiter is a hugely significant planet because it acts as the Karak, or primary significator, meaning the planet that intrinsically governs for several crucial houses or bhavas in a horoscope.
Which houses are those?
It's the Karak for the second house, which represents accumulated wealth, assets, savings, and the family life you're born into, your early environment. It governs the fifth house, indicating past life merit, Purva Punya, children, the happiness derived from children, your ability to chant sacred mantras effectively, your overall spiritual inclination, and higher intelligence.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. And the ninth house, representing your guru or spiritual teacher, your fortune, Bhagya, higher education, long journeys, and positive past karma that brings grace and luck, is also under Jupiter's sway. And finally, the 11th house, which governs profit, gain, fulfillment of desires, and your network or friends.
So Jupiter basically covers wealth, family, kids, luck, spirituality, and gains. That's everything good.
Pretty much. You can see how fundamental Jupiter is to overall well-being, both material prosperity and spiritual growth. A strong Jupiter is a huge blessing.
Given that wide and crucial influence, what happens if Brihaspati is weak or unfavorably placed, especially for females? How does that manifest in their lives?
A weak Brihaspati can lead to a lack of wisdom or discernment, making one prone to poor judgment, maybe overly optimistic or naive, or having a diluted sense of morality. For females specifically, a problematic Jupiter can indicate issues in the relationship with the husband.
How so? Jupiter represents the husband for women.
Yes, Jupiter is the natural significator of the husband in a woman's chart. So even if, to the outside world, he appears supportive and a great person, he may not be supportive to her in ways that truly matter for her happiness, spiritual growth, or emotional fulfillment within the relationship. It can lead to a feeling of not being truly understood, respected, or supported by her partner on a deeper level.
A disconnect, even if things look okay on the surface.
Exactly. A weak Jupiter can also affect the happiness derived from children, maybe challenges in having children, or difficulties in the relationship with them, making that aspect of life less fulfilling.
What's fascinating here is how these actions you're about to describe directly reflect Jupiter's qualities. The idea of a guru's unconditional empathy. They don't dismiss small problems, but understand universal human struggles seems to be at the heart of these remedies. So how can one empower a weak Brihaspati and tap into its wisdom and benevolence?
The remedies for Brihaspati are deeply rooted in its essence as the guru, the giver of wisdom and divine guidance. On Thursdays, which is Guru's Day, Guruvar, you should consciously take time out to advise or give direction to those who are lost, confused, or genuinely seeking guidance. Offer your wisdom humbly, without attachment to being right.
Be a guide for others.
Yes. Teaching children, especially those who are learning the Vedas or other forms of sacred or ancient Vedic knowledge, is an incredibly powerful remedy. You could also contribute to children's education in general, donating time, money, resources, or teach them a practical skill that can empower their lives and provide them with a positive direction.
Investing in the next generation.
Absolutely. Simply respecting your teachers, mentors, and elders, and maintaining a humble, receptive attitude towards learning throughout your life also greatly strengthens Jupiter. These actions embody Jupiter's qualities of wisdom, guidance, selfless sharing of knowledge, and a commitment to Dharma, bringing its expansive blessings into your life. You act like a guru. You receive Guru's grace.
From the profound wisdom of Jupiter, we move to Shukra, or Venus, the planet that brings beauty, pleasure, and joy into our lives. Tell us about Shukra.
Right, next we arrive at Shukra, or Venus. To me, Shukra is the color in your life. Without its influence, life would be a bit, well, gray and functional maybe, a bit black and white.
Venus adds the vibrancy.
Exactly. It represents all things beautiful art, music, aesthetics, flowers, nice clothes, good food. It signifies comforts, luxury, artistic expression, refinement, and at a higher level, unconditional love and compassion. It truly embodies the energy of Mahalakshmi herself, the goddess of wealth, prosperity, beauty, and abundance.
Love and luxury, basically.
Love, luxury, beauty, harmony, pleasure. Shukra governs marital happiness, your partner, especially the wife in a man's chart, romantic relationships, sexual enjoyment, and our general ability to enjoy life's sensory pleasures. Broadly, it represents women and feminine energy in general.
So strong Shukra brings beauty and comfort, but also deep relational happiness and a capacity for love. That sounds incredibly holistic.
Precisely. A strong Shukra provides access to desired comforts and luxuries, a refined aesthetic sense, artistic talent, and more importantly, fosters strong bonding, harmony, and happiness in relationships. especially in marriage. It denotes a person with a loving, affectionate, charming nature.
And a weak Shukra.
Conversely, a weak Shukra can lead to below-average marital bonding, struggles in finding or maintaining romantic happiness, a lack of desired comforts, or even the inability to truly appreciate or enjoy them fully when you have them. Maybe a lack of refinement or social grace. Like Chandra, Shukra is a Jal Tattva Graha, a water element planet, and both seek security, emotional contentment, and harmonious flow in life. They want peace and pleasure.
Okay, now you mentioned a most challenging yet incredibly potent remedy for Shukra earlier. Could you elaborate on that and explain the underlying principle? Why is it so difficult but effective?
Yes, the most potent and often most difficult because it asks for a profound shift in perspective and sometimes societal conditioning. Remedy for Shukra is to consciously be kind and do positive things for other women.
Be kind to other women. Why is that the key?
At its heart, this connects to the very essence of Shukra as the planet of harmony, beauty, love, and feminine energy. There's a societal observation, unfortunately often true, that sometimes women can be women's greatest enemies, leading to differential treatment within households. Think about dynamics between mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law, or even sometimes between mothers and daughters, or competitive dynamics between female colleagues or friends.
Woo, touching on some sensitive dynamics there.
It is sensitive, but it's relevant to Shukra's energy. The remedy calls for women especially to start empowering your own first within their own homes and circles, treating all human beings, particularly other women, with genuine kindness, respect, and compassion, regardless of petty relationships or rivalries.
Rise above the pettiness.
Exactly. Negativity, jealousy, or unkindness put out, especially towards the feminine principle Shukra represents, will inevitably return and weaken your own Shukra, blocking the flow of love, harmony, and abundance in your life. When you consciously cultivate positive, supportive, and compassionate interactions within the feminine sphere, whether it's with your mother, sister, wife, daughter, friend, colleague, or even a stranger, you are essentially aligning yourself with Shukra's highest vibrational flow.
So the positive energy flows back.
That positive energy then naturally reflects back, enriching your own experiences of love, comfort, and abundance. It's about creating harmony.
So what does this all mean? It implies that the dream car or the luxury we desire, which is associated with Shukra, isn't just about direct material acquisition, but that its true abundance ultimately flows from the harmony and compassion we cultivate in our relationships, particularly towards other women. Is there a deeper energetic connection between those internal attitudes and external manifestations?
Absolutely, it's a direct energetic connection. Your outer world reflects your inner state. When you uplift and respect the feminine energy around you and others and within yourself, you uplift your own capacity for receiving and experiencing the gifts of Shukra. Beauty, love, luxury, creativity, and harmonious relationships. It's a fundamental karmic principle at play. Treat others well, especially women, and Shukra smiles on you.
That's profound. Simple but profound.
Often the simplest things are the most profound. On a related note, Shukra is also associated with sexual relationships, and modern interpretations sometimes link an afflicted Shukra to extramarital affairs or relationship issues. However, it's crucial to understand that this is never due to Shukra alone. Such complex outcomes depend on a highly intricate mix of many planetary placements. Rahu's influence, the condition of the 7th house of marriage, the strength of the sun, representing Dharma, the moon, mind, and other indicators in the chart.
So no single planet is the sole cause?
Never. No single planet dictates such a complex and multifaceted outcome. It's always a combination of factors reflecting deeper karmic patterns.
We've explored planets of self, mind, action, intellect, love, and pleasure. Now we arrive at Shani, or Saturn, often perceived as the most formidable and challenging planet. Expert, tell us about the uncrowned king of Kali Yuga.
Yes, now we arrive at Shani, or Saturn, often perceived, and rightly so in some ways, as the most formidable planet. We call him the uncrowned king of Kali Yuga, the current epoch often characterized by materialism, strife, and a decline in righteousness. And he truly is the ultimate dispenser of justice.
The great judge.
The great judge, the karmic accountant. Johnny acts as an uncompromising mirror, showing us the precise reflection of our karma, forcing us to confront the consequences of our actions, good and bad. He applies tough love, demanding dedication, devotion, and discipline, what I often call the triple D effect.
Dedication, devotion, discipline.
Exactly. He demands these to bring about fundamental, foundational, and lasting change in our lives. He tests our patience, our perseverance, our humility like no other planet.
Shani often gets a really bad rap, doesn't he? People commonly associate him with poverty, hardship, delays, chronic illness, and misfortune. Is that popular misconception truly accurate? Or is there more to Shani?
That's a significant misconception, and it fuels a lot of unnecessary fear. Shani does not only bring poverty or hardship, not at all. In fact, he can bring immense materialistic success, great wealth, lasting power, and incredible stability.
Really? Saturn brings success?
Absolutely, but only to those who truly earn it through sustained hard work, who avoid shortcuts, who demonstrate immense patience, and who adhere strictly to dharma, righteous conduct, and ethical living in their profession and life. He despises arrogance, laziness, and injustice. He champions democracy, the working masses, the underprivileged, and humble, dedicated service.
So he rewards hard, honest work.
He rewards hard, honest, disciplined work built on a solid, ethical foundation. He is fair, but he is uncompromising. He ensures you build your success on solid ground, not on flimsy shortcuts, so it lasts.
It's interesting that you call him the most isolated planet in our traditional understanding, being the furthest visible one. How does that cosmic isolation connect to human experience and potential remedies?
That's a key insight. Shani is the furthest visible planet in our traditional Jyotish understanding, hence symbolizing loneliness, detachment, structure, limitations, and isolation. This directly connects to the elderly in our homes and communities who are often isolated, overlooked, feel lonely, and face the limitations of old age.
Ah, the connection to the elderly.
Yes. Performing seva selfless service to the elderly becomes a profound and key remedy for Shani. Listening to them, helping them, respecting them. This compassion extends to those in menial jobs, the laborers, street cleaners, sanitation workers, construction workers, anyone doing the hard, often unseen, unglamorous work that society depends on. Their hard work often goes unrecognized and unappreciated.
So service to those groups is key.
Absolutely. Simple acts of kindness, a generous tip, providing food or clothing, supporting charities that help them, or simply acknowledging their humanity and dignity with respect are profoundly impactful Shani remedies. Remember, Shani delays, but he never denies what is rightfully yours based on karma. His struggles, especially during challenging transits like Sade Sati, are meant to teach us crucial lessons. Build resilience, strip away ego, and prevent us from slipping back into bad patterns or arrogance.
Like refining us.
Exactly. He acts like a chisel to a stone, perfecting us through pressure, removing our rough edges, forcing us to confront our weaknesses, and giving us an incredibly strong foundation for lasting growth and character. If you learn Shani's lessons, you become incredibly strong.
So it's about building resilience and character through these challenges, transforming us into a stronger version of ourselves. What are the transformative remedies for Shani, beyond just enduring the tough times? How can we actively work with his energy?
The remedies for Shani are centered on selfless service, seva, profound inner transformation, cultivating humility, and embracing discipline. Firstly, consistent seva to laborers, the homeless, the handicapped, lepers, and the underprivileged is vital. This shouldn't be limited to Saturdays, Shani's day. It's about integrating compassion and service into your daily life, providing food, footwear, blankets, dry rations, or simply anadan, charitable giving of food.
Daily acts of service.
Yes. Performing seva for the elderly, as we mentioned, listening to them, spending time with them, addressing their needs, is equally important. Cultivating genuine compassion and ensuring a strong, positive, and ethical intention behind all your actions is paramount, as Shani judges intention and consistency above all else. He sees through superficial gestures.
Sincerity matters.
Immensely. Fasting on Saturdays, or consciously giving up something you love, like a favorite food or activity, as a form of voluntary self-discipline and austerity, fosters humility and strengthens willpower, which pleases Shani. And crucially, embracing humility, dedication, devotion, and discipline in all your daily duties, your job, your family responsibilities, your spiritual practice, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it.
Doing the hard things consistently.
That's how you truly align with Shani's energy and learn his lessons willingly rather than being forced. Worship of Hanumanji, who could subdue Shani, and Kal Bhairav, the fierce form of Shiva who governs time and karma, are also powerful supports, as they represent strength, protection, and righteous discipline.
Okay, let's talk about the big one associated with Saturn, Sade Sati. That 7.5-year period people dread.
Ah yes, Sade Sati, probably the most talked about and often feared period in Jyotish. It's the 7.5-year transit of Saturn over your natal moon sign, the sign before it and the sign after it, each phase lasting about 2.5 years.
And it's always bad news, right?
Not necessarily. It's often feared, but it's important to understand it's not uniformly bad for everyone. For some, depending on their chart and karma, It can be an incredibly transformative and even amazing period, bringing unexpected wisdom, maturity, responsibility, or solidifying positive karma, maybe leading to significant achievements after hard work.
So it can be good.
It can be, or at least highly productive if you align with its energy. But fundamentally, it's a time of cleansing negative karma, facing consequences, learning hard lessons, and building a stronger, more realistic foundation. What often happens is that easy things suddenly become complicated. Things that once took minimal effort now require significant struggle, patience, and perseverance. Delays and obstacles are common.
Why does that happen?
It's Shani slowing things down, forcing you to be meticulous, patient, and humble. The exact experience depends heavily on your existing karma, what seeds have you sown, the strength of your sun, ego, confidence, and moon, mind, emotions, in your birth chart, and other planetary positions and ongoing dashas, planetary periods.
So it's not a blanket doom and gloom scenario. That's reassuring. What then is the deeper purpose behind these intense challenges and struggles during Sati Sati? What is Shani trying to teach us through this crucible?
Shani's deeper purpose during Sati and always is to evolve us, to bring us closer to our true resilient selves by stripping away illusions, ego, and unhealthy attachments. He uses weapons of attack metaphorically, not literal harm, but events that can feel like a javelin or a bow and arrow aimed straight at our attachments and ego.
Like hitting you where it hurts.
Exactly. Hitting you where your attachments are strongest to cause what can feel like psychological trauma. This might manifest as sudden loss of loved ones, an overnight loss of status or reputation, a major career setback, health issues, financial strain, or other profound shocks.
Why such tough methods?
These experiences are designed to remove illusion, maya, arrogance, complacency, and unhealthy attachments to the material world, to status, or even to specific identities or relationships that are holding back your soul's growth. Shani forces you to spend time with yourself, to look inward, to question everything, and truly evolve beyond superficial concerns. He forces reality upon you.
Think about a child being weaned off a bottle. It's traumatic and uncomfortable for the child, but it has to be done for their growth and independence.
That's a perfect analogy. It's necessary discomfort for maturation. Similarly, Shani compels detachment and maturity.
That makes so much sense. It reminds me so much of the collective forced introspection many of us experienced during the COVID lockdown. It compelled detachment from many familiar routines and identities and forced a kind of growth and reevaluation, much like Shani's lessons.
An excellent parallel. A global side Sati-like experience in some ways.
This raises an important question. Are you learning the hard way during Sat Sati, or are you proactively evolving before it hits?
Exactly. Yeah. Shani forces you to grow up, to face reality, and to become self-reliant.
Yeah.
He isolates you, if necessary. Maybe friends fall away. Maybe you feel misunderstood. So you're compelled to confront yourself and your inner landscape. Find your own strength.
So prepare beforehand.
That's why, if you know you're entering a Sati period, it's wise to proactively spend time on your inner life before it begins. Start concentrating on your spiritual growth, self-reflection, developing detachment, practicing humility, and serving others selflessly. Start doing the Shani remedies before the pressure cooker starts. If you can't comfortably spend time with yourself, how will you truly connect with anyone else or your higher purpose?
Build inner resilience first.
Yes, Shani's ultimate point is to give you the wisdom of detachment, patience, perseverance, and self-mastery. He doesn't care if you like him. He's a teacher, a stern but fair one, and he will keep teaching, keep applying pressure until you learn the lesson. He may delay your desired outcomes, but he will never deny your rightful results once the lessons are absorbed and you've built that strong ethical foundation he demands.
From the stern but ultimately just teacher, Shani, we move to two of the most intriguing and often misunderstood entities in Jyotish, Rahu and Ketu, the shadow planets. Expert, what are these unseen forces and why are they so profoundly influential?
Finally, yes, we come to Rahu and Ketu, the shadow planets or Chayagrahas. They are unique in that they are not visible celestial bodies like the Sun or Mars. They are mathematical points, the lunar nodes specifically, the points where the moon's orbital path intersects the Earth's orbital path around the Sun, the ecliptic.
So they're not physical planets?
Not physical bodies, no. But they are incredibly powerful, energetic points. They are seen as two sides of the same karmic coin, born from the mythological event of the churning of the milk of ocean, the Samudra Manthan.
Ah, the story where the nectar of immortality was churned.
Exactly. In the story, an Asura, a being often seen as demonic or anti-god, named Svarbhanu, disguised himself and managed to drink some of the nectar. Vishnu, in his Mohini form, swiftly beheaded him. But because he had tasted the nectar, both his head, Rahu, and his body, Ketu, remained immortal, forever circling the heavens as these shadow planets.
Wow. So what do they represent astrologically?
Rahu, the head without a body, is eternally hungry, never satisfied. He represents the future, insatiable external desires, worldly ambitions, dissatisfaction, wanting more and more, foreign things, technology, illusions, addictions, obsessions, and the intoxicating allure of the digital age. It's about worldly entanglement and unfulfilled cravings often carried over from past lives.
And Ketu, the body without a head.
Ketu, the body without a head, is directionless in a material sense, but inherently spiritual. He represents the past, detachment, letting go, spiritual knowledge, intuition, isolation, liberation, moksha, sudden insights, and recognizing the illusory nature of material pursuits. He makes you question everything Rahu chases.
So they're unseen but powerfully influential, acting almost like cosmic magnets for desire and detachment. What is their transformative role in our lives, given these contrasting yet interconnected natures?
They represent the serpent forces, often depicted as a dragon or serpent that churn us internally, acting like cosmic agents of radical change. Just like the Samudra Manthan brought forth both treasures, like Lakshmi, and poisons, like Halahala. Rahu and Ketu in our charts force us to confront our baser tendencies, our hidden desires, our fears, our unresolved past karma, and our darker side.
Forcing us to face ourselves.
Deeply. They push us to overcome these shadows and evolve spiritually. They operate with a shock factor, delivering sudden, stunning results, unexpected fame or downfall, sudden windfalls or losses, bizarre events, breakthroughs in unconventional fields. They bring events that often leave us amazed or bewildered.
Fast and furious change.
Very often, yes. They are powerful executors of karma, especially sudden or intense karma. They aren't here purely to harm, though their transits can be disruptive. Their ultimate purpose is to evolve us rapidly by making us let go of our lower nature, our illusions, and grow spiritually, often through intense experiences. They represent the extremes, pushing us way beyond our comfort zones.
This sounds incredibly relevant to our current modern age, especially with the explosion of technology, social media, and information. How do they manifest in our current reality?
We are undoubtedly living in a Rahuian age. Think about it. Social media, mobile phones, the internet, virtual realities, AI, genetic engineering, the constant stream of information and disinformation, the global interconnectedness, the desire for fame, the prevalence of illusions and scams. This is Rahu's domain, amplified.
It really feels like it sometimes.
It brings both misleading Maya, illusion, and undeniable power for communication, for connecting globally, like this very deep dive we're doing now. Rahu is the planet of anything foreign, unconventional, technological, or out of the box. Think about unseen forces.
Like what?
Just as we can't see ultraviolet or infrared rays with the naked eye, but rely on them for critical technologies like CT scans, MRI, remote controls, or forensic science, Rahu's influence is invisible, yet crucial for understanding hidden aspects of life, technology, mass media, politics, and unseen desires or psychological complexes.
And foreign connections.
Yes, Rahu also has a very strong connection to foreign lands, foreign travel, visas, immigration, citizenship, and opportunities abroad, or dealings with foreigners. If you're in a Rahu Dasha or major period and get an offer to work or move overseas, it's often a very strong signal to seriously consider it, as Rahu thrives on foreign influence, breaking boundaries, and expansion into new territories. Ketu, on the other hand, governs things like spiritual retreats, monasteries, hidden knowledge, intuition, psychic abilities, and the subtle unseen realms.
Okay, so they're powerful and disruptive. How do we navigate their influence? Especially during their periods, which can be intense. What's fascinating here is the counterintuitive nature of positive shock as a remedy for Rahu, a planet associated with disruption and sudden shifts. Can you explain the principle behind that?
Indeed. During Rahu and Ketu periods, or when they strongly influence your chart, life can feel chaotic, uncertain, obsessive, or extremely driven by external desires, Rahu, or intense detachment and confusion, Ketu. The key is to stick to a disciplined ethical course. Don't go too much left or too much right from your core values and dharma.
Stay grounded.
Absolutely. Performing your nitya karma, daily duties and routines, consistently and maintaining unwavering honesty and ethics in all actions, especially at work and in finances, is crucial to anchor yourself. Rahu loves to shock, deliver the unexpected, often amplifying things. So a surprisingly effective remedy is to preemptively shock someone positively.
How does that work?
For instance, at a restaurant, instead of a standard tip, give a surprisingly large one, something that genuinely makes the server's day. Or perform an unexpected, significant act of generosity for someone in need. This act of putting out positive shock, unexpected kindness creates a positive, energetic buffer, almost like satisfying Rahu's need for the extraordinary, but in a positive way. It cushions you.
Fight shock with positive shock. Clever.
It can be very effective. Also, given that Rahu and Ketu are considered Vayu Tattva grahas, air element planets, they can cause smokiness in the mind, confusion, anxiety, restlessness, paranoia, insomnia, and sometimes literal breathlessness or respiratory issues. Therefore, meditation and pranayam, yogic breathing exercises, are absolutely essential for countering these effects, clearing the mental fog, and bringing clarity and calm.
Breathing to counter the air element.
Exactly. Grounding practices are key. Additionally, fasting, especially on Saturday nights, connecting to Shani, who tries to control Rahu Ketu, and giving up intoxicants, drugs, alcohol, are highly recommended, as Rahu strongly signifies addictions and illusions, and indulging these only strengthens his negative grip, further obscuring clarity. Worship of fierce deities like Kala Bhairav or goddess Durga Kali, who can subdue chaotic forces, is also very helpful for managing their disruptive energy. For Ketu, cultivating healthy detachment, not apathy, pursuing genuine spiritual knowledge, meditation, and perhaps service at places like ashrams or hospitals can bring profound peace and channel his energy towards liberation. We've covered all 9 grahas now. It's a lot to take in.
It is. They're complex energies, but
It's vital, as we kind of wrap up our discussion of the planets, to reiterate that Jyotish is fundamentally a science of light. Jyoti means light. It's meant to bring hope, clarity, understanding, and direction, not darkness or fear.
That's so important to stress.
It really is.
Yeah.
You must critically assess the commercialization of astrology today. Beware of practitioners who instill fear, telling you doom and gloom predictions that make you feel helpless or dependent on expensive rituals. That's not true Jyotish.
The fear-mongering trap.
Exactly. True Jyotish provides empowering guidance, illuminating your path forward and explaining why certain things are happening based on your karmic blueprint, giving you the tools and remedies to navigate life's challenges constructively. It should bring clarity and hope, not confusion or anxiety.
That's a powerful distinction. It empowers the listener to choose wisely when seeking guidance, discerning between fear-mongering and genuine, illuminating insight that truly helps them grow. Hashtag the power of personal effort and sadhana. So what does this all mean for us? We've covered so much, from karma to the individual planetary influences and their remedies. But the big takeaway seems to be that Jyotish is not a magic wand, right? Astrologers can only guide you, shed light on your path, point out the potentials.
Absolutely. They can show you the map, maybe suggest some routes.
But the effort, the devotion, the sincerity, and the perseverance to actually implement the remedies, to make real, lasting changes in your habits and mindset, that must come from you.
Precisely. True transformation comes from doing the hard, consistent work of self-improvement, the inner work, not from opting for easy shortcuts or expecting someone else or some gemstone or some quick-fix ritual to fix your life for you. Those can support, but the core effort is yours.
It's about taking responsibility.
Completely. And there's a profound difference between religion, which often relies on external rituals, faith, and belief in doctrine passed down, and spirituality, which is about internal awareness, knowing through direct experience, and cultivating a personal direct connection with the divine or your higher self.
And how does Jyotish fit in?
Sadhana, which means disciplined, consistent spiritual practice and conscious self-effort, is the bridge between just believing and actually knowing or experiencing. Jyotish provides a clear path, a personalized map, and specific tools, like the remedies we discussed, to help you on your sadhana, to lead a more fulfilling, aware, and evolved life. But the choice to follow that path, to do the sadhana and actively evolve, is entirely yours. Nobody can make that effort or walk that path for you. It's an intensely personal journey. Hashtag demystifying and harmonizing.
It feels like we've really peeled back some layers today.
I hope so. I hope this deep dive has demystified many myths surrounding astrology and shown it as a profound system of knowledge, a tool for self-understanding. Jyotish is not about distorting or complicating our lives, it's about complementing them, revealing the unseen energetic influences at play so we can navigate them more consciously.
Seeing the hidden currents.
Exactly. It intertwines seamlessly with our karma, our sadhana, and our daily actions. And often, simple, subtle habit changes, like consciously keeping your loved ones happy, strengthens Moon and Venus, or showing compassion and respect to those in menial tasks, strengthens Saturn, giving a generous, unexpected tip, helps Rahu, or rising early to greet the sun, strengthens Sun and self-discipline. These are profoundly impactful remedies.
The everyday actions matter hugely.
Hugely. They're often overlooked because they don't involve complex rituals or expensive gemstones, but they build positive karma consistently. Jyotish is a system of knowledge, of a dawn, an auxiliary limb or discipline of the Vedas, designed to help us understand our unique cosmic blueprint and ultimately become the best, most aware, most compassionate version of ourselves. It truly aims to unlock your potential, not restrict it with fear. #outro.
What an incredible, illuminating journey we've taken today. Thank you so much for sharing such profound insights and demystifying so much about this ancient science.
My pleasure. It's a vast subject, but hopefully we've shed some light.
You definitely have. This deep dive into Jyotish has truly shown us that it's not just about passively knowing the future, but about understanding our cosmic blueprint and empowering us to actively shape a better present and future through conscious action, intention, and consistent self-improvement.
That's the heart of it, empowerment through understanding.
It truly is a gift of Sanatan, referring to Sanatan Dharma, the eternal way or righteousness that helps crack open our lives to deeper awareness and purpose. It's really quite remarkable.
It is, and it's an ongoing journey, isn't it, of unlearning old misconceptions, learning new perspectives, and relearning fundamental truths about ourselves and our place in the cosmos. Remember, the divine, however you conceive it, wants a relationship with us.
A relationship.
Yes, one built on understanding, genuine effort, sincerity, and love. Not just reaching out in bad times out of desperation or fear. It's about cultivating that connection daily, moment by moment, through our actions and intentions.
Beautifully put. And as we close this deep dive, here is a provocative thought for you, our listener. Considering all we've unpacked about karma, planetary influences, and these actionable, often simple remedies, if you were to pick one small, consistent, positive action, maybe a subtle habit change like punctuality, a specific act of kindness like serving the elderly, or a moment of daily introspection or gratitude to begin your journey of self-improvement and align more consciously with your highest potential, what would it be and why?
A great question to ponder.
Let that thought simmer as you continue your own deep dive into the vastness of knowledge. Thanks for joining us.
Struggling with health, financial worries, wealth, relationships, or career? Don't let these challenges hold you back. Harness the ancient power of authentic Rudraksha, planetary remedies, and Vedic astrology to restore balance and attract success. But act fast. These sacred remedies are in limited stock. Visit callmantra.com today to transform your life.
If this resonated with you, join our spiritual journey. Your support keeps us growing. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So like, comment, share with friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.